Just now, President Trump's team said we have achieved this, and this. China has countered it completely, saying there is nothing like that on our list. Bharat has committed to a $20 billion investment. And China is also saying they will take your oil just as Bharat will. The entire team went to discuss this very thing. To Xi Jinping, it is understandable that you need these commitments before the dollar devalues. You are scared. The yuan is ready to appreciate and the rupee is ready to appreciate too. And it is being said that while sitting in Bharat, you Americans whoever has heard the last May 13th talk already knew that nothing was going to come out of the US-China visit. So just now, from President Trump's team, a list was released of what they have achieved. And in it, you will find that it is being said that China has committed to buying oil and will buy agricultural products. And the White House. President Trump's team is saying that China will give access to the rare earth and etc. needed for semiconductors. China has completely countered, saying, no, we did no such thing. There is nothing like that on our list. So those who heard the May 13th talk, I had already said before the meeting that no outcome was going to come of it. Even on the day of the meeting, I posted a photo of American nuts and said that no outcome would come of it because this whole team of President Trump's with the businessmen, with the deep states toolkits, the whole thing that visited China was an AI bubble. Basically, an AI bubble visited China, and China knows that it has 90 to 95% dominance in the supply of rare earth. And obviously, the US is not in a position to dictate any terms to China. So by that logic, no outcome was ever going to come out of it. So just as Bharat has committed to a $20 billion investment, the White House is saying that China has also committed to buying oil. Because all the BRICS Plus countries want this, for oil to be bought. All the natural resources of America and the Western countries that are lying intact have been lying intact for so many years. Because by printing dollars and stealing others' resources were being bought by the dollar. Now that this is about to be reversed, America has to export, which means America will have to extract its own natural resources. It will have to pollute its own cities, and the rest of the purchasing power that the stronger currencies will have, those people will use to buy. So Bharat has committed to a $20 billion investment, and China is also saying we will also take your oil just as Bharat will. So it has become very clear that the time has come to use the West's intact natural resources. And this whole team, the entire delegation, went to discuss that very thing with Xi Jinping. Look, a buyer is ultimately a buyer. He is the master of his own will. An investor is also an investor, and he too is the master of his own will. It makes sense that you need these commitments before the dollar devaluation. The fear is understandable. That makes sense. And considering the way all the bases have to be abandoned one after the other, we have seen complete videos coming from Germany showing how American soldiers are making their exit. So the situation is very clear that the more bases they are forced to empty out and leave behind, the possibility of stealing things from those nations will no longer be possible. And the more it becomes impossible for them to steal, the more they will have to manufacture things on their own and export to others. So for the first time, the Western countries are getting that exporter magic formula they had been selling to Asia until now. Together, all the economists were selling Asia the magic formula of exports. They were telling them that you must have a very high volume of exports, only then can you become rich. By repeating this again and again, all the natural resources of Asia, of the global south, were made to be depleted by printing endless dollars. They have kept their own intact. So now they will be getting the exporter tag. Okay. Okay, so in his second term, ever since he came, President Trump has started to remove climate regulations from America, and child labor laws were approved in Florida. It started happening. Slowly, he began removing labor regulations, climate, labor, everything. So when it comes to your own manufacturing, that is when you understand how much hardship there is, how much effort it takes. It will not be possible to take 5 vacations a year, and you will also have to pollute your own climate. So you see, the entire BRICS Plus and the whole global South is ready to commit that we will buy your things. But first, you have to at least get started with manufacturing. You have to understand manufacturing is not like some 5-minute, 2-minute noodles. And looking at the faces of these whites, there is absolutely no indication whatsoever that they can handle manufacturing. But they keep saying, we will do it. You just commit. So China has committed to oil, and we have also committed to oil. We will also buy some things. It is being reported that China is also prepared to buy agricultural produce, is ready, and is even ready to take the GMO version. At least that is what is being reported from the US side. Let's see. But people are ready to buy, is the point. The yuan is ready to appreciate. The rupee is also ready to appreciate. And then we will start buying, but you have to at least start manufacturing. So as of now, there is no sample of their manufacturing, but they are saying that they will do it. Let's see what happens. So this is exactly what we are going to be seeing going forward. They will go to all of these countries, hold investment summits, and start asking for money. They will be telling everyone to purchase our goods in the same way that we used to go to investment summits, asking, give us money, give us money. Now it is their turn to say, give us money, give us money. It is very natural that when there is a reversal, this was bound to happen. So it is going to be very difficult. This is a painful churn because of the deep-seated habit that has been formed in Asian countries, that a cushion cover must be used until it is completely and utterly torn. That is the habit of poverty that has been ingrained during the de-dollarization period. And their habit of using things once, throwing them away, and then buying new ones. Changing these habits is going to take a considerable amount of time. This is not an easy transition at all. It is clear that we have spoiled their habits very badly. By enduring their share of poverty, we have spoiled their habits excessively. So for that reason, they will now have to go to digital prison cities. And then chips will be installed under the skin, and then it will be measured how much this person is consuming. So these days are ahead for Western citizens, because the fun they were having by just printing currency was going on for a long time. So there is this very interesting and funny video that has gone viral on X. And in that video, they have been named American Pugloos. American Pugloos. So that video is quite interesting. And what it says is that you can invest in American stocks while sitting right here in Bharat. Now, why is this being said? Because the batches of NRIs who started coming back from last year are being trolled by this video. So this ad for American Pugloos that has come out is very funny, and it will not seem new to our viewers at all, because they know that I say all these things. So they say to him, you are Karan. And he says, no, my name is Kieron, not Karan. Then they say you are eating a cheeseburger while he is eating a pav vada. So they say you are eating a cheeseburger and throw it at him. So it is quite good, and the way it was spoken. Tauntingly saying that this is an epidemic, American Pugloos is an epidemic, and when the ad finishes, the last statement is, did you just have a nightmare or what? So he wakes up and says, no, I saw the American dream. So it is very on point, depicting de-dollarization. Whoever has written the script for this clip, it is very funny. And the interesting part is that you can invest in American stocks while sitting right here in India. Why is this carrot being dangled? This carrot is being dangled because of those batches of NR is who have come here from there. Their investments are still in American stocks. They still think that these numbers might be real. That is what is in their minds. So taking advantage of that, whoever wants to do business will say that, yes, do it while sitting in India. Invest in American stocks. So this is what it is supposed to be. So gradually you will see that it will be told that, well, America needs investments. America needs your money, so you should invest your money in America. So when Gautam Adani ji also tweeted, he had also announced a pretty massive investment, and the way in which he was targeted by releasing the Hindenburg reports, and then in the SEC is the regulatory body in America. They have officially filed cases. So what is being said, what is coming in the news is that because the Adani Group has made an investment promise, these cases will be dropped. That is what is being said. So they have this kind of settlement system in their court of law, that if there is some kind of extraordinary offer, then your cases can be forgiven. So this is how they do things, because they do not call it corruption. They call it the lobby business. The 100 to 200 rupees that we give to someone here at the local level, to the babus, they are given $1 lakh, $2 lakh, and on top of that, even billions of dollars. They call it lobby business. What we call corruption here is an official legal lobby business for them, for which a proper invoice is generated. So it is just that they have a different name for it. They call it lobby business, and we call it corruption. So that is the difference. So there in the lobby business, it is acceptable for you to offer something else, and the cases against you will be dropped. Clear? Now, I had already given this American nuts prediction during the ongoing visit. Before that, on the 13th, I had said on a live video that nothing would come out of this visit. Because why would China agree to what you say? China is in a dominating position, so why would it listen to you? So there was no agreement made on Iran and no concession on Taiwan. No H-200 deal is going to happen, and no decision regarding the supply of rare earth minerals either. These people are saying that China has not said anything to us. So little by little, what we are seeing is the American decline taking place. The approval for that was given because this individual had to take his entire team, the whole AI bubble, over to China. And even after all that, there has been no outcome. Anyway, this American nuts farewell has been given. I have already said it. Nothing will be gained. President Trump is telling chip manufacturers to move their entire manufacturing from Taiwan to America, because China really wants Taiwan. This prediction is from 14th February 2025, and I had given it even before that, back in November 2021, when I said there were $4 hotspots: POK, Taiwan, Ukraine, and Iran, Israel. Exactly those 4 hotspots are going to be reversed before 2030. So Taiwan is going to be handed over. I've been saying it since 2021. But on 14th February 2025, I clearly wrote here that this Indian reporter from the legacy media is a fool for asking Trump a question about how to counter China. Trump wants this to happen, and she has absolutely no idea that Trump is shifting the entire semiconductor business from Taiwan to the US, and is basically asking Xi Jinping to hurry up the takeover process. The 14th February 2025 prediction, which President Trump officially stated on 16th May 2026, that everyone should quickly move their business out of Taiwan, right? Because Xi Jinping wants to have Taiwan. The prediction for 25 came true in 2026. Let's move on. China is simply threatening the US to spoon feed it Taiwan. What they are demanding is to get it without having to launch any kind of military attack, without destroying Taiwan. Spoon feed means to serve it to us on a platter. That is what China is demanding. Let's see if America agrees or not, or if they will have to show some military force. We will see. Okay, so the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation has completely exited from Microsoft with their entire 100% holding. Whatever stock they held, they have sold all of their Microsoft stock. The foundation used to hold 7.7 million shares of Microsoft. The Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation has now exited from Microsoft. It is understandable why, isn't it? Everyone understands. Okay, that is all for the day. Everyone here, please give the video a like. And if anyone is willing to contribute something, you can contribute through the QR code. That is all for the day. Jai Hind, Jai Jinendra.